And it's live. All right, now we're officially recording, and now we are starting class. Welcome to class. I'm excited to see you get stronger today. Today's big question is, we've been talking this week about the 7 survival skills, and my goal is to shut my big gob as much as possible today so you can actually get to working with your groups to see what you can create so you can practice these 7 survival skills. So there we go. Let's see which, and we'll kind of review which ones we have. But today's targets are these. Let's see. Kara, could you read the first one for me?
Sure thing.
Thank you.
I can write like a sci-fi or fantasy author.
Very nice. Boy, I got a little it's really well read. Shelby, will you read number 2 for me?
I can grow as a reader.
Perfect. Yeah, I want to give you time. And I'm proud to announce that when you reported your pages per week last time, we had a 92% rate, which means 92% of you dominated or at least met your pages per week goal. Give yourself a round of applause. Woohoo! And someone said, I never knew books existed. No, that's not good. But ultimately, I want to give you at least some time to dive in Reader's Cafe and get closer to your goal for this week, which you'll report on Tuesday. And let's see. John, could you read number 3 for us, sir?
I can create a product that meets specific criteria.
Yeah, probably last time I freaked you out when I said, okay, you have to take all this information and put it into 1 to 2 pages. I have a very specific checklist of how to put your ideas together, and then a lot of time to put it from there. So let's start first with a little bit of a scribble. This is scribble number 4, if you open to your scribble notebook. All right. Do you remember the video a few times ago we watched where they were interviewing like sci-fi and fantasy authors? There was a guy who, man, I just love what he said, and we're going to use this as the basis for our ideas with our writing today. So his name is Alan Dean Foster. You can't see him, but I promise he's there. And he defined it like this. This is kind of what you're doing with your groups of what is sci-fi. He said science fiction is the literature of the possible. So this could happen. One day the government could take over all our lives, robots could rule the world, and zombies could eat your flesh. Like, this could happen.
Kill each other.
Yeah, exactly. But then he gave this definition. Fantasy is the literature of the impossible. And that's one main distinction. The impossible is like there's magic, or there's just something like, that's beautiful. We want Harry Potter to live, but it's just not going to happen. Like, that's not what's going to happen for there. Exactly. So there's some kind of impossible element. We know it's fantasy. I heard a great discussion from, I forget which group it was, where they said, well, what if you have a sci-fi, like set in the future, but there's magic in it? So would that be sci-fi or fantasy? What do you think? It'd be sci-fi fantasy, yeah. But it'd probably be more of this. Like, there is sci-fi elements, but if there's something that's impossible, that is categorized more as a fantasy thing, but we're splitting hairs. It doesn't worry that much. All right, I want you to look at his definition, and here's what we're going to be writing today. Choose which area you want to go with. Do you want to create a scene where something impossible happens? Or do you want to explore kind of what we did last time, like what would the future be like, what would technology be like? So which scene do you want to do, or do you want to try to marry both of them? Which, like, let's put them together. So as I walk over and turn off my lights in just a second, consider for your scene today, you're trying that your handout, we're trying to do, just like we have here, writing like a sci-fi or fantasy writer. Your scene today, do you want to explore the possible or the impossible? Give you a moment to think about it. We'll turn off our recording.